We are the one, the light in the dark. One heart, one world, one spark. We are the one, together we rise. One dream, one voice, one sky.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Women Empowered Across the World. This is our podcast, and I have my favorite host with me, Jackie Zaccoli. Jackie Zaccoli, she resides in Arizona, but she is with me in 82 countries in all over the world. You want to check out her Gen Network, Global Impact Network. You want to make things happen in your life? You've got to be on the Gen Network. Okay. I send my students to Jackie and they, oh my goodness, explode their projects. So make sure you check her out. Okay. I'm Carol Witt. I'm the founder and the director of YEA Global. We're in 82 countries, about to go into 83, and I'm speaking it. We will have Ireland on board very shortly. And guys, I teach mindset. It's the biggest deal and the 7 pillars for thriving. We are doing our next course May 21st. So join us. And it is a free scholarship for Africa. Okay, so we are so excited to have our next guest on. Very, very excited to hear her story. She has quite the story, guys. Please, Lori, come join us and share and inspire all of us and all of our listeners. Join us.
Hello. So my name is Lori Cleverly, and I am a Phoenix native. So I've lived in Phoenix, so I'm also in Arizona. Um, Never really lived anywhere else, and I went to school in Flagstaff for college. So I've only lived in Arizona, but I absolutely love uh, travel and learning about all these different things. So a little bit more about me. Have, I am the youngest of my parents. There's two boys and two girls. And my mom was significantly older when she had me. She was 40, almost 41. And so it was kind of me and the grandkids growing up. I'm kind of like that only child type person, but I still had siblings and I still knew what it was like to kind of be around other kids a little bit. So what that kind of leads me into is when I was in college, my father got diagnosed with Parkinson's. And so I had to I learned more about it and those types of things. And so he progressively got worse. He was a veterinarian for over like 45 years, 46 years, something like that. And he just struggled. He started struggling walking. He started struggling with his hands and speaking. And so that was, uh, that was the struggle. So I learned physical restrictions with that. And then my mom, she has not aged as gracefully either. And so she struggles just walking around the house. And her mom, my grandma, kind of hunches over and before she passed. And so I would give her a hug and I would like straighten her up. And so I feel like I have to do that now with my mom. But so I understand the aging adults that are not able to really move and walk and those types of things. So I am a full service travel agent and I specialize in disability and special needs travel. With that, so like I said, my father had Parkinson's, where I really learned the struggles with disability was my parents were going to be having their 50th wedding anniversary. And my mom always wanted to travel because her parents did a lot of traveling. And my dad was a rancher. He was not really interested in a lot of things. Get him on a horse, get him out in, you know, open air. He loved that. So um I would do so that's kind of just what they did. And growing up, we went to my grandparents and helped them. So I love going to Montana. That's where my grandparents were, and um, my parents purchased that. And so they have 49 acres in the Bitterroot Valley, which is the same place that so it's in the same area that they record Yellowstone. So if you've ever seen that TV show Yellowstone, that is actually Montana. It's not actually Yellowstone. So, but love that. And so my dad was like, well, I'll go to Alaska. So us kids decided that we were going to pay for our parents to go in Alaska. And we're like, okay, what itinerary do we want? What ports do we want? What activities? And my dad was really struggling. And we're like, okay, maybe he needs like, what are we going to do for a wheelchair? And we need something that if he's walking, he's going to have accessibility. And how is that going to work? And so we just tried to figure that out. And at the time, I was a high school PE and health teacher for 6 years, and then I became a stay-at-home mom because my husband just got a better job. And I was like, that's fine, I'm done teaching. And we were able to do that. And my husband suggested project management, and that's when I found travel. And so it's basically every client is a project, and I've got to figure out how to make it work and get it done. And, there's budget constraints, there's time constraints, there's, where do they want to go? And so when I learned that there was, so I technically have four boys. 4 years ago, we lost our third son. He was 3.5 and accidentally drowned in a neighbor's pool. So we had to go through that. And I was starting to look at different jobs in project management before he passed, and then he passed. And then I was like, nope, we got to focus on the kids. And then I ended up finding travel, and that was 3.5 years ago. So we have come a long way. And so through the course of the last 4 years, we have found out that all three of our children have autism. And each one is different. Each one has different needs. And we have food allergies and sensitivities. And so with travel, it's, well, how am I going to travel? Like, where should I practice? Because you want to get familiar with the trips and suppliers and those things. And I'm like, well, if I were to take my family, how would I travel? We have to have a kitchen, or we have food allergies, we have EpiPens. So like, how would we travel? Okay, so that became how I started specializing in this. And I found a supplier that's called Special Needs Group, and they at sea, and they work mostly with cruise lines. They can do just about anything else, but they're a medical supplier. And they have wheelchairs and hospital beds and scooters. So if you want a motorized scooter for your cruise ship, and, oxygen, if you need a lift, if you need incontinence things in your room, all of those things they help provide. And they work with the client and their physician to get the prescriptions necessary for them to go on this trip. So it's not like somebody has to do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be amazing for my parents. My father passed away 5 years ago. And so he has, this would have been amazing to know about when we were planning the trip for my parents. They didn't actually go because COVID happened, and then my father passed away. So, but I'm like, this is amazing. Okay, so I've got the physical disability covered, and then I have worked, and I am a certified travel. I have passed their certification, so I understand all of the ins and outs of their offers and can do that. And so that allowed me to be like, okay, I understand the physical limitations. I have a friend that she has cerebral palsy, and she doesn't really walk very well, and I've kind of helped her and walked through things. So I'm like, okay, we got the physical. I understand that. I'm working to figure out how I travel with my family with our food allergies, because I usually I'm like, if we're driving, we're taking the Instapot, we're taking all of this, like I have it at home, I'm not buying it on the road. So, we take it with us and have to meal plan before we go. So all of those things, but it's like if I want to go to Mexico, yes, I live in Arizona, but I don't want to be driving from the US to like Cancun. That just sounds like a international disaster. So just with everything there. So I've had to learn that. I've had to talk to individuals or my business development managers, and they would be like, well, we have a concierge that works with um that for food allergies. We like to know ahead. And so I had the physical, I'm starting to get the travel, and there are two organizations that help people with travel with like autism and special needs, and they have certifications, and one is autism double checked, and there are organizations that can say, hey, we're taking our staff and we're training them to be aware of what does a meltdown look like with autism? What does the overstimulation, the sensory, all of those things. So they get to learn about those individuals and those needs. And hey, oh, if somebody's throwing a fit or somebody's like, oh, let's all go see and let's all go help. It's no, give them the space. They don't want an audience. It makes it worse. So, just really kind of focusing on some of those things. And then, the other one is under autism travel, there is the international, it's IBCCES, and it's for international like education. And they're the certification. So if healthcare workers want to get trained in disabilities and autism, first responders, educators, anybody that's looking for that. And it's also for travel professionals. So me, I live it, so I understand it. But somebody that, like Carol, if you wanted to go learn about it, you could. And, you can do that. And I'm currently working on that certification right now, just because it takes a little bit of time. But so just trying to do that and trying to make sure that families are aware and they have certifications. And so like they have certified autism cities. And Mesa here in Arizona was the first city to get that, which their staff, their city staff, libraries, all of that, they all got that. And then there's certified autism centers. So hotels have gotten that, different museums or attractions, things like that. All of the Legoland resorts are certified autism centers. Beaches, so there's sandals for the adults and then beaches for the kids or for families, that they are actually advanced certified autism centers. So they have gone above and beyond. So just to know that there are places that you can go that understand those needs, and that has really helped me with how I'm, going with my family. I've also partnered with Autism on the Seas, and they basically provide respite. You pay an extra fee, and basically it's two people to one, unless you want one to one. But essentially, there's somebody there that helps take care of two people during specific times. They will do things where it's over, like if there's an activity that is like rock climbing, let's say there's rock climbing. Well, they will say, hey, we're going to block this off for this time. So it's less people, less stimuli, all of those things. And they'll do like movie showings or those types of things with, the lights and all of that stuff. And so they really try and coordinate that for all of those individuals that need it. And with Autism on the Sea, they do kids to adults. So any age, anybody that, I've met people that they're like, oh, well, my daughter's 45. Really? Okay. But I mean, I look at people and I don't know how old they are. That's their number, not mine. So half the time I can't even remember my own age. And so we just have that ability where we can, you can still travel. Cruise ships are great because you can go to multiple different places. If you want to go off the ship, you can. If not, you can stay on the ship. You unpack once. And so that is a great option for people. And so they'll do theme parks and different things, but we can kind of coordinate that. And the people that are going, they are like people that work in the disability community, in the special needs community. They are like special education teachers, they're ABA therapists, they are all of these other people that work in the industry that they are volunteering their time to go, and so your fee helps pay for them to be able to go. So I have worked and learned, and my purpose of any time I talk to a business development manager is to find out what do we need to do, or what is, what requirements do you have, or how do you handle disabilities? How do you handle accessibility? Because inside the US, we have the Americans with Disability Act, and that requires businesses to have these accommodations for people. Well, outside the US, that does not exist. So, things that I like to know is if you want to go to Antigua and Barbuda and you have physical limitations with walking, then there's only one place that technically could accommodate a wheelchair. And to say, hey, we've got these options, I need to know what a good option is, and I need to know what a bad option is. And I talk to every single one of my providers, suppliers, that, hey, is this a good fit? And I've had people tell me, no, our hotels are not a good fit. So I need to know the good and the bad. And I'm not expecting my clients to know that, because that's my job. And that's the benefit of working with a travel agent or someone like that. Whether it's me or if it's somebody else. And I've been a resource for other people that they're like, hey, I'm not living the everyday life like you are, but I want to be, can I ask you a few questions? And I've helped other travel agents like, hey, here's where you can go for resources. Here's where you can go for X, Y, and Z. Okay, you might want to think about this. And because I'm like, well, how am I going to travel? Well, I have practical knowledge of that, right? That's firsthand knowledge. That's my everyday life. Where somebody that doesn't live like that, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I never would have thought of that. I never would have thought of that. So I really try to make sure that my clients are able to know that I'm going to do all the vetting for them. I'm going to make sure that it's a good fit for what they want, make sure that, you know, if there are kids, or they need those supports, that we have access to that, or that they know, like, hey, if you want, like, there is childcare available, it's an extra fee, here's the information on it. So I try and make sure that my clients know that I am here to take care of them, so they can worry about doing everything else that they need to do.
I love that. I so love that, Lori, that you've done your homework. They don't have to.
Mhm.
You've done extensive homework. They don't ever have to do. That's
Mhm.
an amazing thing to offer people. Really, honestly. I'm so excited to promote you out there. So I have a question for you. So
Yeah.
where do people find out about you? Like, where are you out there that people find out about you?
So, a lot of my clients usually are word of mouth. I partner with my kids' schools and stuff, but I have just started a podcast. My third episode was yesterday. So we have the Clever Adventure podcast on YouTube. I have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of those. I'm on LinkedIn. I also have my own website, which is you got to make sure you have the lcleveradventures.com. So if you don't have the you don't get to me. So I just wanted to make sure that it was me. So I put the L in front of there, and like my email is Lori at lcleveradventures.com. So um, I am out there.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know is where can people find you that have this kind of a need? And it's out there, lots and lots of need out there, but they got to know you're there. Gotta
Mhm.
know. So great that you are spreading yourself out all over social media, but there are many that aren't on social media. So I was just curious as to, do you have a website?
Yeah, that's the lcleveradventures.com.
That's it, .com. Okay, got it. And so we will put all of your links for people to be able to reach out to you on in the show notes
Oh,
in your
awesome.
episode for sure. So please put your information in the chat so I can copy and paste and put it in there. And
Absolutely.
I will definitely, there are certain ones that I will do LinkedIn posts for, and I definitely would like to do a LinkedIn post for you. I
Okay.
told you I want to reach out to you because I have a big group of autistic community. And so
Yeah.
I want to work with you.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to talk more. Thank you so much for sharing so so many uh, so many options with people because a lot of people that are having disability situations don't see options. So thank you for doing that. Okay, so Jackie, do you have a question for?
Of course, you know me.
Of course.
I'm just busy writing referrals in the chart in the chat to be able to give you whom I can. One of them of interest, maybe of interest to you. Prosy is in Uganda, and autism is what she works with.
Mhm,
So I put that in the chat on how to get a hold of her in LinkedIn.
Awesome.
So we could easily
mhm.
place you anywhere in Africa, let's face it, and many other places. So I know you're in many countries. How many countries did you say you've been working in?
So for other than cruises, I can, as long as anybody's willing to pay the US dollar, I can work with just about anything. Air flight, flights, they don't care where you're at, as long as you're willing to, to pay their the currency of whatever it is. But for the most part, I work with the US dollar. I do have a host agency that I work through, and they are in 41 countries right now. So I can also, not as many as Carol, we're half there, but there's people, and so if somebody was like, hey, I want to work with somebody in my country, absolutely, I can get them connected to those current countries.
Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is that Carol is now doing a program for veterans.
Mhm,
And the disability concept with that would make a lot of sense. And
mhm,
the connection to that would be Kurt Roscoff.
mhm.
He had, I don't know if I gave him to you before.
So
He has
he is
the,
actually who got me started on the podcast. That's how you and I met.
okay, well, I didn't remember whether that was our
Yeah, so
origin.
yeah,
I'm
no,
going,
he and
I
I have
kind of
been
think that's how I
very,
met you in the first place, but
yeah, so then that's
anyhow.
kind of branched out to meeting with this person or that person.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
yeah,
So the veteran part would be good because Carol will be collecting more of those for sure.
yeah.
There's
And
just
I
so
also have
much.
military discounts. So,
Mm,
there's military discounts, there's first responder discounts for things. I've also seen like nurses and um uh educators. So you just have to do that. So if there's there's senior discounts, there's veteran discounts. It just kind of depends on what they want to do versus what their options are. And I try and do my digging to make sure that they're getting the best deal, and
hmm.
that, sometimes my digging saves them the time and it gives them something to look forward to. It's like, oh yeah, she's gonna do all this for me, and sometimes the discount is either you get the current deals or the military discount, or sometimes depending on the supplier is you get the current deals plus the military discount. So we just have to work through what the veteran would like to do and how I can help them save, the most money for as a thank you for their service.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
the
you.
other one, and I'm trying to find it real fast here, is oh dang it. Did I give you the 360? Jackie is, where did I put it on my website? That must be it here. I think it's 360. Oh, shoot, I'm not finding it fast enough on my own website. But they actually, maybe that's it. No, they actually go to facilities, especially in Arizona, and especially for the autism group. They do a video, and I don't know if you
Ability
remember that one.
360.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay, yes, I am aware of them.
Okay. Yeah.
We just
Okay.
haven't been able to do anything with them.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we want to go ahead and end this part, and
I
then we
know.
can
I just get involved.
more.
Keep
I
all these
know,
people.
I know. And so I just really want to thank you, Lori, for coming and opening our eyes to some new avenues, some new ways, and new support out there. That is what this platform's all about, guys, is we are making you aware of more resources out there. And Lori is quite the resource for people that have challenges in flying. So please reach out to her, okay? When you love these episodes, guys, please subscribe to our channel, make comments on the episodes, and please share them out to your sphere of influence. Your social media is not mine. So please share it out so more and more people know about Lori and what she does. Okay. And guys, we do these episodes, one on Monday, two on Friday. All you have to do is tap on Jackie or my shoulder on LinkedIn, and we will put you on our calendar. We're booking for the next for 2 months out. So please reach out to one of us so that you can share your story on this platform, and you can inspire many, many women across the world in your life story. You'll inspire us, and we'll inspire our leaders when we share it out. Thank you so much, once again, Lori, for being an amazing guest and for doing amazing things out there in the world. Thank you. Guys, we all deserve to thrive. Let's do it together. Bye, everyone.